decisions, hunches, intuitions may or may not get it, cause people's experience different. Check the prejudice at the door. Speak your mind when you give the flow. Tell the truth if it's sweet or sour, cause the hour we spitting that fire.
Hey everyone, this is Spitting Fire coming to you with another one, Fire 8. That's right, Fire 8. And you know what I do with our messages. I take you all around just to tie everything together so you can get the message that you need, okay? And I've learned from 6 to dummy it down a little bit for those who do not understand and hopefully those in the back who can understand. This is Fire 8. So you got a few minutes to get yourselves together, okay? Then you can listen to the drama song as you go to the bathroom, pour you something to drink or whatever, and get that favorite coffee. If you're going to listen to it before you go to work, make sure you do that. Or even before you go to church, okay? Or home from church or home from work or whatever. These number sessions are very good for that. And it's very good, a lesson that's in these. And I hope everybody understand them, okay? I definitely do. And I hear some of you. You ask me, why do I wait so long to do it? Because I only can do these sessions when it's upon my heart to do so. All right? If you got a few minutes to get yourself together, you can listen to the drama song. Let's get it popping. Hey, everybody. So now that you are back, I'm going to be talking some things. And I hope you guys understand what it is and you know what that fire number means. Okay? You know what that fire number means. All right. We're going to be talking on this segment, I Don't Play Down There. We're going to be talking about some things. And we're going to be talking about it. And you know how I do. I roll everything up and I bring it back, as I mentioned. But what I want to talk about is when I first did these Spitting Fire, it was a show initially. And I never thought that I would be doing this segment by myself. And I'm so grateful and appreciative of how you guys have been receptive to me. Some people I fell out with, some subscribers I made upset, and they made me upset. But understand something about being upset and demanding respect. If you are a person that does not have any type of backbone at all, the world will push you over, stumble over you, trample over you, just run you all over. But if you're the type of person that pushes back, well, they will continue to try, but they will do it a certain way. It's called demanding respect. And when you do that, you're going to fall out with people, or you're going to lose subscribers, or you're going to get into it with people. And sometimes it doesn't be nice and it doesn't be even professional. Sometimes you have to get off your professionalism to get down and dirty with the people. Some people say ignore them, ignore them, ignore them. That's easier said than done when it's not you. It's easier said than done when it's not you. But respect is something that you give it. If you earn it, you got to earn respect. But I often think that that is true. But I often think that if you give respect, you give respect. And if and respect is free and everybody should get it. Everybody should get respect. Everybody should. That doesn't mean they're entitled to it. That doesn't mean that they do. I'm just saying that they should. In other words, if you conduct yourself as such, if you give it respect, then you should receive it in return. It's free. Everybody should do it. Everybody should conduct themselves as what they would want people to do, treat them like. But one of the things that we have a problem with is accountability, egos. Now, you can't be a surface level thinker understanding. For you to understand this, you cannot be a surface level thinker. You got to think beyond the surface level. And I'm saying it as clear as I'm speaking it. Like it's nothing to actually have to use a dictionary or the source or an interpreter to understand. I mean, I'm saying it clear sound. I don't understand how people not understanding what it is I'm talking about right now. Then you have people that their messages, they try to take it apart and discredit you. Well, that was done to me about the surface level thinker. Yeah, she say something about the surface level thinker. Yeah, someone always say something about a surface level thinker. And actually the person that spoke it don't even understand it, even at the age that they are. You know, getting back on the respect thing, it's so ironic. I'm sitting here talking to my mother, and I tell her, I say, yeah, there's some people on these internet streets that's mad at spitting fire. And she said, well, I understand people are not going to like your message because of who I believe in as far as Robert Sylvester Kelly and the injustices that he is enduring. But she said, why would, other than that, why would nobody like you? I said, well, you got people that's just down with other people. She said, what? I said, yeah. I said, people have literally forgot what the cause is for. I said, actually, you taught me to respect my elders, and I'm being very disrespected on these YouTube streets by my elder. And she said, what are you talking about? And I explained to her what happened, and she was just like a Betty Wright song, like Tonight is the Night. I know she ain't say that about my baby. Had to calm her down. I said, I got this. She looked at me. She said, the woman that I raised you to be, I know you have it. But I'm still your mother. And I don't like no one that's my age or older attacking you. Because at the end of the day, you still my baby. Mine. And I never thought of it like that when it's me and her. I often just think of it like that when it's my daughter and her. Like it's so ironic. Like I never thought that my mother's still thinking me as her baby. Then she say, well, if that woman is old as she is, she know that these other people children. She wouldn't want nobody saying it about her baby. She shouldn't be saying it about nobody else's. Don't let me have to get on there. I was like, no, 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 no. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. I got this. She said, all right. I said, all right. And I assured her that I got it. Because I know she taught me good and bad, right and wrong, respect, morals. And I hadn't always lived by the code and the things that she taught me. I'm going to be the first to tell you, I hadn't always lived by that. I strayed away very much. from the seed that was planted in me. But I came back to it. That's why they often say people that go to church and the children that was raised up in the church, oh, the seed is planted. They astray away, but they will come back. And often if they live through it, they do. I came back and I was a lucky one. You know, when you are a pensioner or a babushka, and for those of you who don't know what that is, a pensioner, like you draw a pension and then the ER on the end. It's an older person. A babushka is an older woman. So when you are those people, you probably would not want to be on here engaging in things that a person should, of an age of a babushka, should iron out. You know, the age that I am still scared of the switch. That's how much respect I have for Babushka because of what was instilled in me. And I noticed that kids today don't have no respect for Babushka or even pensioner or anybody. They come in the house and don't speak or play loud and obnoxious music around them or knock them down, take their purses and carjack them and beat them up and just have none. In my day, it just wasn't done. Whatever was done, you would had to be in the same age group. You wouldn't dare step to a pensioner. Your family, no matter if you was out here in the streets, your family wouldn't have dared allow that. They're not going to just take up for you when you wrong. That's not what pensioners do. They never done that. You know, we was raised up in the era where an adult was always right. Maybe back then, but not today. Pensioners and babushkas are not always right today. They often are wrong, feel that they are a certain age and they can be disrespectful. Then we go on, and there are people who's with these morals of mine, and we attack those who attack the babushkas and be belligerent and disrespectful and all this and that. And we say you're wrong, but we never check the babushka. But my thing is, why would anyone put a pensioner in these situations where there's a lot of turmoil? We're often supposed to protect our young and our elderly. We're supposed to. But don't be a surface level thinker no matter how much somebody try to peel that saying. Being a surface level thinker will cloud your vision, your thought process, your future. Make sure you speak that to your children. You got to think deeper or beyond, but never at the surface level. It's too bad the babushka didn't get it. You know, as I talk to my daughter about life and respect, these YouTube streets give me a newfound way of thinking. thinking in those that I did not know that I even had to process. I never knew that I had to process this way of thinking. Being on YouTube, I never knew that a person can live in another world in their own mind, prisoner of their own mind. Then you have a babushka. I'll say it again. You will have a babushka who will not try to help that person be free, but feed the false narrative that's stuck in somebody else's head. You know, my mother was the type of mother that if I did something wrong, she'd tell me about it. She's the realest that they go. She's not one of those mothers, not my child, or it's never you. And when a person does that, you have to ask, is that real? People don't do that. Like Bill and Johnny. Bill and Johnny were friends and they got into it. Bill's mother come out and tell Johnny, you don't touch my baby. You. And you this and you that. You a bad kid. Blah, 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 blah. Then next thing you know, Johnny mad at Bill because Bill's mama went off on him. He didn't go tell his mama. What he did was he just not friends with Bill no more. So Bill goes and he befriends Danny. Well, him and Danny get into it. Bill mama come out and tell Danny, you ain't no good. You ain't no good. I told you, Bill, that Danny ain't no good. Then Danny doesn't tell his mama. He just ain't friends with Bill no more. Then Bill gets into it with Sarah. Then Bill mama come out and tell Sarah, you ain't no good. Call her all kind of names. You. The next thing you know, Sarah don't tell her mama. She just ain't friends with Bill no more. Then Bill gets into it with Francis. Then Bill mama come out and tell Francis, you, cussing them out and all this and that. Then Francis don't go tell his mama. He just ain't friends with Bill no more. Then Bill gets into it again with someone. He gets into it with James. Then Bill mama come out and tell James, you, patting Bill on the back. Now Bill done got into it with all these folks and fell out, but it's never Bill's fault. Even though he the common denominator, it's never his fault. You have to ask yourself, mothers, there are some like that when they are your mother. But when they're not really your mother and they do this, you got to ask yourself, are they actors? Are they on the payroll? Because you never seen nothing like this. It's everybody else's fault but that person. You fall out with Bill, you everything, every name in the book and go around the whole neighborhood and smash you. And everybody looking at Bill mama like, it's your damn son. But she don't get it. She doesn't see it. She doesn't see that it's her son. She wants everybody to believe that it's everybody else but her son. And everybody in the neighborhood know it's her son. Because Bill was the only common denominator. And she just walking in there because she's ruining him. Then she goes and disrespects other people's children over him. Not realizing the morals and the seeds into which she instilled and people of the generation after her, or even a couple generations after her. She just demolished all of it with the disrespect. But Bill's mother doesn't see that. She's disrespecting people's children, and all the mothers want to come whoop her ass, but they decide to carry themselves like ladies because they have to set an example for the children into which they planted the seed of respect for. But don't test them. They just look at her and don't allow their children to play with Bill anymore and keep on going. Now Bill lonely. So what did he do? He plays victim. He gets a new set of friends, new set of everything. He often tells everybody it's all these other people's fault. It's not mine. It's never mine. Never, ever, ever mine. He doesn't listen. He doesn't know that having relationships is two-way. It's closing the mouth and open the ears sometimes. He doesn't get that concept. Often in the Bible, we call them fools. And we know what God does with fools and babies and orphans. He looks at them first. He looks out for them first. He hears their prayers first. But certain fools don't know to pray for themselves. And it's so funny because not only did Bill lost all his friends, he so happened to have new friends, but they're not the same. Something about these new friends that just seem off, like generic. But he doesn't care. He needs a sense of belonging. Because he's still the victim. He doesn't get every knee will bow. Because he's a prisoner in his own head. Of what's true and what's not. He doesn't understand the difference. He doesn't. When I become a babushka, I am wise enough to know that I wouldn't waste my time telling anyone of a fresh seed anything wrong. And I would know when to shake a leaf off a tree when it's dead. So others buds can come to life and bloom and blossom. In other words, I know when to shake my child up to let her know so she can be a better person and productive in society. I would not be blind, even in how I'm supposed to protect her, that she doesn't do any wrong. I was just listening to this song, Betty Wright, and it was so funny how you listen to these songs and you never knew how it was going to play in your life. And you guys know the song, it's No Pain, No Gain. And there was a babushka sitting under the tree. And you would think a babushka in these YouTube streets would think like this woman. But somewhere, something didn't connect with her either. And it says, You know what I mean? And it says something real uh, funny. It says there was an old lady sitting under a tree. She called me over and she said to me, "My days left here may not be long. I wouldn't waste my time telling you nothing wrong. But love is a flower that needs the sun and the rain. A little bit of pleasure is worth a whole lot of pain. If you learn this secret, how to forgive, a longer and a better life you'll live." That's what a babushka is supposed to tell a new seed. Not anything wrong. Not keeping up chaos. This is how I know somebody is going to the bank, is getting some bank and coin, to always side with Bill. But I don't play down there. And neither should you. Because you are not a surface level thinker. We know better and we know life is not like that. And you don't want your kids to be like that. I would not even front that I'm like that for any amount of coin. I have integrity. But hero number 8 is not going to be as long as 7 and 6. But I am glad that my babushka is alive and taught me well. And I'm quite sure yours have. But we have some that just fell on the wayside. And we have to pray for Bill's mother. Thank y'all for listening to Fire 8. I'm your girl, Ray Jackson. Peace!